Hi, welcome to my video on solving geometry problems. This video is dealing with the properties of geometry, but before we do, let's do a reminder. Do the units in the section Algebra 1. Do these units first, writing expressions with a single variable, solving linear equations with a single variable before solving word problems. Very important to do these two units first. That would help you get word problems correct. Let's do some examples. The complement of an angle is 15 less than half the measure of the angle. Find its supplement. Okay, so we have an angle. So let x be the measure of the angle. We have a complement, so we'll let 90 minus x be the measure of the complement. And we have a supplement, so we'll let 180 minus x be the measure of the supplement. So now we'll read the complement of an angle. Well, that's 90 minus x is 15 less than half the measure of the angle. Notice less than reverses, so we have is the equal sign, half the angle, so that's a half x because x is the measure of the angle. 15 less than that is to subtract 15. So that's the equation. So let's solve it. Notice we have some fractions. So what I'm going to do is multiply both sides of the equation by 2, because 2 is the LCD. So the LCD for 1/2 is 2. So multiplying both sides of the equation by 2 will eliminate the fraction. 2 times 90 is 180. 2 times negative x is negative 2x. 2 times a half, let's see, 2 times 1/2. 2 over 1, 2's cancel, and I get a 1x or just an x. 2 times negative 15 is negative 30. So now we have no fractions. The variables move to the left side. So x becomes negative x, negative 30, and the 80 moves to the right side to become negative 180. Negative 2, negative 1, that's a negative 1 understood, that's a negative 3x equals negative 210. Divide each side by negative 3, they cancel, x equals 70 degrees. So x is 70 degrees, so its complement is 90 minus x, which is 90 minus 70, so that's 20. And 180 minus x, 180 minus 70 is 110. So we have the answer. So the answer to the problem is supplement is 110, but let's check to make sure. Check. Let's see that we have an angle called 70. So 90 minus 70 gives me 20. So 20 is its complement. And the supplement is 180 minus 70 is 110. But we have to check the equation, the complement of the angle. So the complement of the angle is, the complement is 90 minus x, the complement is 20, is 15 less than half the angle. So half, the measure of the angle is 70. So a half of 70, subtract 15. So that's 35, subtract 15 degrees, and we get 20. So we have 20 and 20, and we have the angle, we have its complement, we have a supplement, and the question reads, find its supplement. So the supplement is 110. Number 2, the length of a rectangle is 10 more than the width. The perimeter is 80. Find its width and length. So we have a length and a width. Notice we let W be the width. I like to use W for width. That'll come up in the math many, many more times. I like the W for the width rather than X. Let the width be, let W be the width. The length is 10 more than the width. So the length is 10 more means add on 10. And it's 10, again, this is 10 meters because the length is, the perimeter is in 80 meters. We have a perimeter of 80 meters given to us. So the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle, P equals 2L plus 2W. So we can leave it like that, or we can write it down as 2L plus 2W equals P, either or. If you write it like this, which is the same because you commutative property or symmetrical property, you flip it around, then we can have twice the length, which is W plus 10, plus twice the width is the perimeter of 80. So that leaves us, multiplied by 2, 2W. 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times W is 2W equals 80. Simplify each side first. So let's simplify the left side. Put the W's together, and that gives us 2W plus 2W is 4W plus 20 equals 80. And the numbers move to the left side. Positive 20 becomes negative. 4W equals 60. And divide by 4, W becomes 15. So W is 15. So W plus 10 is the length. So that's 15 plus 10 is 25. Now let's, are we right? So let's check. The length is the width, which is 15 plus 10, correct? And the perimeter is 80, so the perimeter is twice the length plus twice the width. The length is 25, the width is 15, so that's a 50 plus 30 makes 80. And the perimeter is 80, so we're correct. So the width is 15, and the unit is meters, and the length is 25 meters. So working them out, take your time. There's a pattern, and you know the pattern that we need. That is set up the variables, or set up the expressions, write out the equation, solve the equation, check to see if you're right, and then write down your answers. So practice. Practice means you work these out first and then play it back to see if you're right. Do that for each problem. Find the measure of an angle if the complement subtracted from the supplement is triple the angle. So we have a complement, we have a supplement of the angle. So let's let x be the measure of the angle. Let's let 90 minus x be its complement. And we let 180 minus x be its supplement. These are all the words that's mentioned in the word problem. Now we need an equation. It says the complement subtracted from the supplement. So subtract from is reverse, so the supplement goes first. So it's 180 minus x. Subtract its complement. So I need a bracket. Subtract its complement, which is 90 minus x, is triple the angle. So 3 times the measure of the angle, which is x. So there's the equation. Notice I have a binomial here, and I have a binomial here. So that subtraction sign between these two, which is a supplement and complement, is extremely important. So I need the brackets around these. Now, that's a 1 there, so that's 180 minus x. You could put a 1 here now, so it's a negative 1 times this. You can add on the opposite of 90, which is a negative 90. You can add on the opposite of negative x, which is a plus x. That's one way. Or negative 1 times 90 is negative 90. Negative 1 times negative x is x. So very important. These two binomials with a subtraction sign in the middle are extremely important. To put the 1 there, and you make sure you're okay. Negative x and x cancels out. So I have 90 equals 3x. Now I could rewrite this as 3x equals 90 if I want, like that. Or I can just leave it alone and just divide by 3. So if they cancel, I get x equals 30 degrees. So complement is 90 minus x, which is 90 minus 30, which is 60. And the supplement is 180 minus x. 180 minus 30 is 150. So we found the angle to be x, but we did all this, so we got to check. So if you were doing a problem and you're in a hurry on a quiz, you could say, okay, I got my answer 30, write down 30 is the measure of my angle. But if you check quickly that you're okay, then it says the complement is 60, the supplement is 50. So you work them out. So the complement subtracted from the supplement. So the supplement is 150. Subtract the complement, which is 60. That gives us 90 degrees. And that's the supplement subtract the complement. That's the same as triple the angle. So triple the angle. The angle is 30 degrees. So if you triple the angle, you got a 90. So that's true. So now we can say that the angle is 30 degrees. Our measure of the angle is 30 degrees. Measure of the angle. Number 2, a triangle has a middle angle 20 more than the smallest angle. The largest angle is twice the smallest. Find their measures. Okay. Let's see. What do we have here? Angles of a triangle. So we know that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So we have to keep that in mind. The angle of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So let's let x, which angle? Is there an angle repeated here twice? Because you got three items, 3 angles. So the smallest angle is repeated twice. So let's x be the measure of the smallest angle. The middle angle is 20 more than the smallest. So the middle angle, 20 more is add on 20. Be the measure of the middle angle. And the largest angle is twice the smallest. So twice is double. Be the measure of the largest angle of the triangle. Okay. That means that we have all the expressions written down, but we know that the sum of the angles is 180. So let's take the smallest angle, add on the middle angle, which is x plus 20, add on the largest angle, which is 2x, and that's going to add up to 180 degrees. We simplify each side first. So let's simplify the left side because the right side is already done. Group the x's together, so 1 plus 2, so 4x plus 20 equals 180. Notice I'm simplifying each side before I start to transpose. So the variable 4x is okay, is on the left, and the 20 degrees moves to the right side to become negative. So 4x is 160. Divide by 4. 4's cancel, so x is equal to 40 degrees. So x plus 20 is 40 plus 20, which is 60. And x plus 40 is 40 plus 40, which is 80. So we have all three angles, but are we correct? So let's do a little check. Just this check. Check to see. We have the angles as, notice that the middle angle is 20 more than the smallest, so the middle angle is 60. So 60 is 40 plus 20. Good. The largest angle, which is 80, is twice the smallest, which is 40. So that's 80 equals 80. So we got that correct. And the sum of the angles is 40, add on 60, add on 80. 100 plus 80 is 180 degrees. So that's correct. So the angles of the triangle, the angles are 40 degrees, 60 degrees, and 80 degrees. Let's keep. There we go. Practice means, again, pause the video, work these out, and check back to see if you're right. Do these on your own first and check them back. Good way to see if you're understanding what's happening. Number 3, the sides of a triangle are 3 consecutive odd integers. The perimeter is 126, so perimeter means all the signs are adding up. So we have the perimeter is 126 feet. And it says consecutive odd integers. So let's check. 9, 11, and 13 are consecutive odd. So if that's an x, then the next one, you add 2. And 13, you add 4. So that means we got consecutive odd integers. So we have x, let x be the first consecutive odd integer, which are the sides of the triangle. We let x plus 2 be the second consecutive odd integer, and we let x plus 4 be the third consecutive odd integer. And they're the sides of the triangle. Now the formula for perimeter is P is equal to, and all three sides are different, so it's A plus B plus C. Now if you want, you can go A plus B plus C equals perimeter. That leaves, so if you take this one or this one, it makes no difference. So you have x, add on x plus 2, add on x plus 4 equals your perimeter of 126. So that's one side, that's the other side, and that's the third side. So the brackets are not necessary, but I'm just showing you that's first, that's the second, that's the third. Group the variables together to simplify. We're going to simplify the left side first. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 1x, 1x, 1x is 3x. 2 plus 4 is 6. So that's done. And the variable is okay, it's on the left side. We move the number to the right side and change the sign. Plus 6 minus 6. 3x is 120. Divide by 3, and I get x equals 40. And 30 the length of the sides. So you notice that's 40 feet, just to make sure. And the next one is x plus 2, so it's 40 plus 2, so it's 42 feet. And x plus 4 is 40 plus 4, which is 44, again, feet. And those are the sides, but let's do a quick check to make sure. They're consecutive. Let's see, I have a 40, 42, and 44, so they're consecutive. And their sum, their perimeter of their sum is 40 plus 42 plus 44, and that's 82, and 44 is 126. That's true. So the sides are 40 feet, 42 feet, and 44 feet. All checked, all done. Perfect. Let's do number 4. Find the measure of a pair of consecutive angles of a parallelogram. If the largest angle is 20 more than 3 times the smaller. Well, let's check. We have consecutive angles of a parallelogram. Well, let's parallelogram. This is a parallelogram, and opposite sides are parallel. This is angle 1 right here. This is angle 2. And as it happens, these are parallel lines, so the interior angles on the same side, the transversal. 1 plus 2. These are measures now. Add up to 180 degrees. They're the same side interior angles on the transversal. That line is parallel to that. This is a transversal cutting through. So these are supplementary angles. Add up to 180. So we'll let x be, let's say, the smallest angle, or angle 1. X is the smallest angle. I'm going to call it angle 1. And we're going to let let's see, the smallest angle. Oh, I didn't read out what the smallest and largest angle is going to be. I'm just dealing with the consecutive. The largest angle is 20 more than triple the smallest. So the largest angle is 20 more than triple the smaller. So the smaller angle is x, so it's 3x, add on 20. Be the larger angle, and that's angle 2. So we have the two angles. We have the relationship between the two. So these angles, x plus 3x plus 20, add up to 180 degrees. So that's 1x and 3x is 4x plus 20 is 180. So 4x equals 180 minus 20. 4x equals 160. Divide by 4, and I get x is 160 divided by 4 is 40. And 3x plus 20 is the other angle. 3x plus 20 degrees is 3 times 40 plus 20, and that gives me 120. Oh, I almost multiplied wrong then. 120 plus 20, it gives me 140. So angle 1 and angle 2, the two angles are 40, 140, but let's check. And 40 plus 140 adds up to 180, so that's correct, 180. And 140, which is the largest angle, is triple the smallest angle plus 20. 120 plus 20 is 140 degrees. So that's true. So the angles of the parallelogram, the angles are 40 and 140. Using the ideas of geometry that you have to. I did a whole unit on reviewing some concepts in geometry, properties that you had to learn. Number 5, the last one. The third side of an isosceles triangle is 45 less one of the equal sides, one of the two equal sides. Find, if the perimeter is 75 centimeters, find the length of each side. So we have an isosceles triangle that looks like this. An isosceles triangle has two sides equal. So if I draw the diagram like this, I can say, well, this side is x and that side is x. Then the third side is 45 less the one of the equal sides. So 45 less one of the two equal sides. And we have an isosceles triangle. So that means find the length of each side. And we have a perimeter. So the perimeter is 75. Remember, we're dealing with lengths now. The lengths are in centimeters, not dealing with degrees, 180s, etc. So the perimeter of a triangle is P equals, in an isosceles triangle is A plus 2B, two sides are equal. Or you can go A plus 2B equals perimeter. So one of the sides is 45 minus x, and there's two x's, two sides equal, and that adds up to 75. So we got two sides equal, x and x, is 2x, plus the third side. And that's not a degree there. My mistake. That's these are centimeters, not degrees. That's not a degree. It's centimeters. My mistake. Be careful. You do problems with degrees and you do problems with length. Be careful. Now simplify this. We have a negative x plus 2x plus 45 equals 75. Negative 1 and 2 is x plus 45 equals 75. X equals 75 minus 45. So x is 30. And again, that's not a degree. This is centimeters. So that's 30 centimeters. So x is one of the two. So the other side is 30 centimeters. And the third side is 45 minus x, so it's 45 minus 30, which is 15, and it's the length, so it's centimeters. So we have the sides of 30, 30, and 15, but we got to check to make sure we're okay. And let's see, the third side, which is 15, is 45 less one of the equal sides. So the equal sides are 30. So the third side, which is 45 minus x, is 15. 45 less one of the equal sides is 15, so that checks. And the perimeter is 30 plus 30 plus 15. 60 and 15 is 75. So everything has a check. So the sides, the lengths of the sides are 30 centimeters, and 15 centimeters. Apologize for putting degrees in here. Just be careful. These are lengths, not degrees. And that brings us to the end of this, excuse me, brings us to the end of this video. If you like my video on solving geometry word problems, click the like button. Click the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Click the notification bell. More videos coming your way. And write a comment if you are a subscriber. And visit my math website, mathfullyexplained.com. And you get information on me, videos, and content. The me section talks about my degrees and teaching experience. The video section talks about the strategies you're going to use to help to learn your math. And the section on content has the videos and the number of, the topics and the number of videos on each topic. Black font is what's online right now, and the red font is the topic that will be there in the near future. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.